This is just the rear staircase condition. I mean, your walls are just gonna be, they're gonna be ugly. It is what it is. It's an older building, but you get a little bit of crack and stuff over here. Those don't work. In all fairness, they don't work, and neither does the light, but they're doing electric work here, so it could be off for a reason. And this is just an old window. You see the condition of the walls here. And you just got like peeling paint, it's gonna flake. Got some bigger cracking here. You see the walls moving. Let's check this real quick. It makes it sound like it's not working. These are the lights right now. There you can see that's the door to the exterior. So you see every time it rains, it's going to come in. This is just the door to the basement. I mean, they only have a deadbolt here. Put a handle on. It'd be nice. Going down the stairs. I mean, it's just like very dungeony in here. Number one, that stair is broken. That stair at the bottom there, I mean, it's completely back pitched, really unsecure. They should have in the basement here is they have this beam right here. But you can see they notched it for all the plumbing. You do have a little leak right there on the PVC, if you can see it. There you go. This beam right here, you can see that is split. That's cracked right there. This one they notched as well. And that piece over there is really not even doing anything. So this whole beam right here is really being held up by like a 2x4. And what you're also gonna notice is to the bottom of the beam here, it goes this way and then it goes up because there's so much pressure. You're gonna see a lot of that somewhere else. This is a cast iron stack. I mean, all these drains in here, a lot of stuff is gonna be clogged. And I mean, that's a really big fitting there too. And that's gonna be a pain in the ass to change later. But there's like these old water lines, old steam lines, not everything's connected. You have a lot of loose asbestos right here. This is the problem asbestos. You see more asbestos right there. Over here, you have this main, like a mini girder. It is barely being supported on that side over there. But I think it's actually gonna be okay. Let me just move over here. So they have a newer boiler. Just realized that it's just the boiler that is new. You can tell the difference from like the new copper. But everything else from that new copper, all this is original. You got more loose asbestos right there. Shut-off valves are missing and or broken. This is all gonna be asbestos. Some areas, this pipe is leaking. There's more asbestos that is exposed right there, some more. So we don't have to point out every little section, just realize it's a lot, it's over. I don't know what's going on with this room over here, with this plywood on the floor. It's thin, it's like a 1/4 inch. I don't know what's underneath it, but I'm gonna assume it's completely rotted because these boards are really rotted as well. If you look right there on that joint right there, my flashlight, you can see that orange, that's just called pitting. That means like the pipes are rusting from the inside out. That's typical with these pipes. But assume some repairs are gonna be coming with it. All right, let's talk about this main beam right here. Sorry about this, guys. This main beam, this is your main girder. This is what is supporting all the floor joists. It sits on this beam here. Let me get this out. bear with me. But just realize like the part right here where it's starting to easily break and peel. You can see that it's doing the same thing here. That's because what's happening with this wood, it's pushing up into this because this is starting to fall down. Because this is not very, this beam is not really strong. That's not the problem area either, but we're gonna focus. So look where we're at the hot water heater. We're at these two double lolly columns. But this wood on this this lolly column here, look, I can just kind of poke away at that. So what's happening, the beam is sitting like this, and because of all the pressure and the rot, it goes like this, and then it compacts because it is dropped, but this lolly column doesn't go down. So what you're seeing is this. See right where that disc plate is? That never moves, but you notice how that beam then drops over here? So we've had a lot of, you feel a lot of the dropping in the house. Okay. So that main girder is an issue for me. That's a bigger repair. You have sheetrock on a lot of the seals, so I can't really see everything. But once again, there's more asbestos up there, asbestos exposed here. These pipes are just really old and rotting. These are the two windows that had those little coverings from outside. I'm gonna pause this video for a second, hold on. All right, we're back to where the electric meters are. So the electric panels, again, we're going to assume that everything is wired right because it all looks new. It was just done, or at least approved for the final just a couple months ago. But this right here, these are your oil tank lines. So we had a tank at some point. This is also an oil line. And where was it? Oh, I don't know if you can see that pipe coming right back there as well. A lot of the wires are just the old BX wires. With just a couple older Romex ones run. The beam just has some slight sagging right here from the, well, on this one pressure, but it's not that bad, not that big. No, more asbestos pipes right there. Okay. There's a big hump in the floor. Right there, you can just kind of see it right there. That's hydrostatic pressure. It's water underneath. It's pushing up. It's pushed the concrete up. The fact that this is opened, I'd say that probably doesn't have an effect anymore because any water that comes up will probably find an escape over there. The framing over here, sorry, especially like this one here. This is different. It's part termite and water damage right here. I mean, I assume that you have a lot of that around. Again, it could be old. I don't know. The gas meters seemed okay. I'm gonna go into this other room here. This is like an apartment. At some point here, let me see if these lights work. All right, but these the floor in here is really shot. You can, as you're walking, you kind of feel it in this back room, like this tile. If you can hear that, I mean, I'm pushing through the subfloor. But you know, you have a lot of moisture down here. And the walls aren't even secured anymore. That's because all the bottoms here are completely rotted. Again, this is the basement, so it's not a big deal, but it's still work that somebody's gonna have to deal with at some point. These are the old galvanized drains, by the way. So these galvanized drain lines. They're not really being used now, and it's not a big deal, but these will be all clogged up. You can feel the draft coming in through this window over here, because I mean it's not insulated or sealed. It's not load bearing, so it's not a big deal. We have a leak in the radiator here. You see it on the floor. It's because there's no air vent exposed. But you can see the damage on the sheetrock. I can push right through it. These are vinyl windows, but they're older. But things are just dropping. If you're looking at the window, there goes the water leaking. I mean, down here is just ugly and bad. It's got an I-beam. That's nice. They just have it on like. I mean, metal lolly column would have been better here for future support versus having it wood. If it's wood, it's supposed to be on a 6x6 pressure treated post. Again, I can't see anything behind these walls. I can't see much going on up over here. But based on how everything else has been done, the age of the building, just assume you're always going to find shit to do down here.